Hey guys, Community Games here, and so I haven't been recording for the past good few months, and I would like to show you guys some of what I've been doing um, in that time. Now, I've been playing Sky Factory 4 a lot, because I had played it before on my computer, and then around February I had to get it factory reset or something because there's too much stuff on it, and it ended up crashing. So yeah, I had to get everything reset, and so I figured, oh yeah, I'll play Sky Factory again, and I got a wee bit farther than I did before. I don't think I ever recorded how far I got before, but it was not this far. Yeah. Also, I threw on a shirt and forgot that it had green on it, so you're gonna have to deal with that. But yeah. So I'm in the pause menu currently. The game's gonna be a bit laggy on the recording. I just saw it on the screen here a second ago, and it leaves a little to be desired. But yeah. So yeah, you can see one, I've got a little bit of work done, and two, it's I don't know if it's actually going to show up in the recording or if it's just my software that's doing this, but it's like jittering around a lot whenever I look. So this is like the base starting platform. This here is the original tree that I spawned on, and I got a little smeltery here, nothing much, and right over here, hopping bonsai pots and some filing cabinets. Little tip for anyone wanting to play this mod pack: hopping bonsai pots you want to get really early on because they're really helpful. Filing cabinets are very helpful for storage before you get an ME system. And speaking of which, applied energistics is your best friend. Also, deep mob learning is another thing you want to do a lot of, and mystical agriculture, and as you can see here, nuclear craft too. But yeah, this is my kind of like little working spot here with my ME system. Whole bunch of goodness in here. And I just got general purpose machines here that I can use or interface with the ME system, an ender chest to control the inputs. This here is just an automatic electrolyzer thing for nuclear craft. This here is help to make calcium sulfate, which is for elite plating and nuclear craft, which is pretty damn annoying to make. But I narrowed it down to put fluoride in here and put sulfur in here, so a little bit better. I've got power for the ME system here, just some water storage because a few things here need water, so I keep that. Some molecular assemblers, a whole bunch of those, some here and then some here, and then a array of auto crafters. Excuse me. Each of which having, I think it's 1.7 million bytes of storage. Something crazy like that. But yeah, over here, nothing that special. This is just a lot of crops here. We have the Inferium crop, Tier 1, Tier 2, Tier 3, 4, and 5 crops. I got a lot of Tier 4s, but yeah, all of them are automated with a good bit of growth pulsers, or growth accelerators. I forgot that's what they called them in the newer version of the mod, but yeah. So that's all automated and set up in that. This thing has been around very long, and I didn't really interface it with the ME system with a storage bus until recently, when it started accumulating 3.5 million Inferium essence, but this just automatically makes Supremium, so I've got about 30,000 of that. This down here, ignore it completely. That's still a work in progress. I tried to make a wither farm. It didn't work. Not in the, my entire base got destroyed a few times way, in the, oh crap, it doesn't kill them and they just bunch up at the end kind of way, so I had to, I have to revamp that idea. This over here was the first nuclear reactor I made. I think it's, what, 7x7 or something? Yeah, 7x7x7, and it doesn't make much. This is the maximum size, 24x24x24, and it's not worth it. Actually, I mean, it was useful, but as you can see on the minimap, I got into fusion reactors a little. This is the first one I made. I honestly can't tell you how many times I've rebuilt this one. It's a huge pain. Also, I will say, if you play this mod pack, Cyclic, or however you pronounce that mod name, is the worst thing to ever disgrace humankind with its presence, because I cannot tell you how many things I hate about it. Like, it's just such a pain. For example, this reactor, in the simplest terms, takes in hydrogen here from a fluid export bus from the ME system, because I have hydrogen interfaced with it over there from the electrolyzers and from some over there. And it takes in hydrogen, and it's supposed to output deuterium. You see here, these start to fill up with deuterium, and it extracts it immediately. Okay, simple. This cable here extracts deuterium and puts it into this tank. Simple, correct? Nope. You want to know what happens? Since this tank is interfaced with the ME system and it can output the deuterium into other things, it can eventually empty. And for some reason, I have literally no idea as to why. Maybe some idea, but I'm gonna have to check it and recheck it and recheck it. But the system I have over here to automate the calcium sulfate produces a handy little thing called sulfuric acid. Somewhere, I think it's in here is where it makes it, I believe. I don't know. It makes it in one of these and then puts it in here with the fluorite water. And yeah. So it makes sulfuric acid. And somehow it filled up this tank with sulfuric acid. I don't know how. And here's the best part. This cable here, not with these ones, mind you. This is first of all, this one has failed a million times, and I've fixed it. I fixed it so much, like the cables and stuff. It's all a mess here. These ones are a little bit better. I try to make them a little more symmetrical. These are like medium-sized ones. This one has a torus size of, I think this is 8. Yeah, torus size of 8. This thing has, I want to say 16. Yeah, 16. This one is, I messed up on it, made it 25. It's supposed to be 24. So that one's 24 over there. But, ooh, I think I can show you the handy magic of this here. Oh, wait, no, I can't. It's still actually working. But yeah. So this one is 24. This one here is 24. That one there is 25. This one, you can see, makes about 1 million RF a tick. That's pretty nice. And this one over here makes, I think, 7 million. Yeah, 7.5 million RF a tick. Now, these things are great and all, but occasionally, this single fluid extraction cable here will occasionally get a single millibucket of whatever is in the top slot to fill it up. I don't know why. It's supposed to take an output from the side here and bring it up into here. However, it somehow gets that confused and steals from the input section. Only 1 millibucket, yes, but because these things have storage, and it's not like it just takes what it needs and brings it to where it does, like Ender IO or something, it actually has storage. It holds on to that and stops moving the liquid. So I have to have void leftover fluid and waste a lot of helium, and I think over here helium-3 is what I'm making. Or no, deuterium. But yeah, so I have to waste a lot of the output because if I don't, then it'll just kind of break. And this thing over here is the biggest pain I've ever had to deal with. It is a 100 torus size reactor. The normal max is 24. I made it 100. It produces 11 million RF a tick. I can't cool it because the coolers are not always loaded in the chunks. I have to put chunk loaders everywhere on this thing. There's one in each corner, one at each intersection, halfway through each connector, and one at the center, because this thing is so massive I can't load it all at once, and if I'm not standing in the bottom corner over here, it will not work. That is how massive this thing is. It also saps a lot of power from everything else. The main thing with fusion reactors is you gotta make them small at first, because these are electromagnets here. And, you can make regular ones, but I like a transparent one so I can see all the plasma. And, yeah, you have to power these. I'm using cross-stabilized flux ducts. If I use anything else, it probably wouldn't work. I have to show you this. I geniusly made an automated thing for these, and I'm quite proud of it. But, yeah, so, basically, you have to have these things running. Yep, and basically you have to put power into all of these electromagnets. If you don't, and this thing is running, so this thing is currently powered, and you can see there's, the plasma going through the things here. If these were to suddenly lose power, if an electromagnet that is touching plasma isn't powered, it will explode. As in, I've put down a piece of TNT and let it explode. So, yeah, I've had to repair this many times, and it's a cascade, because, if it explodes, it cuts off the cable. And that means I can't charge the rest of it, which makes the whole thing explode. And yeah, that's why you need to have a lot of power in order to make these things. But once you get them started, you can make a lot. This one's taking a while to start up, but, still, I've got the other ones to support it, so it's fine. I've also got, because this thing has exploded too many times, and I had to clean up this one once or twice, and that was a pain, I've got these elite lithium-ion batteries, which can normally hold 2 billion RF. Currently, they're being used because they're having to charge this guy up right now. But, yeah. Also, did I mention that you have to put power into this thing in order to heat it up in order for it to actually work at the beginning? But, yeah. And you have to have coolers and stuff. I just have water pumping into them because water is easy to make, and I make millions of buckets of the stuff. So yeah, and as I was saying with the cryostabilized flux duct, we have here a little system. The one time I've been able to use the automated user from Cyclic, because again, this mod sucks, I have a little thing back by the ME system that automatically... Where is it? Where did I put it? I forget where I put it. I had it here, but I moved it somewhere. Wherever. I may have even put it over here with everything else. Did I? Yeah, I did. Okay, so I have a melter here, which takes... If I make cryothium dust, I have patterns in the ME system over here because of the formulaic, not the formulaic assemblers, the molecular assemblers. If I take, for example, so if I go to cryo here, I can craft this. So let's say I just want a little bit of it. So I make that, and then go over to here. It'll automatically take it out of the ME system, if the game will stop lagging. Automatically take it out of the ME system when it's made, and turn it into gelid cryothium, which goes right into here. And this thing automatically uses buckets on it. But here's the thing. I have a crafting recipe in here that says 1 bucket turns into 1 bucket of gelid cryothium. So, it'll give it buckets, make buckets of gelid cryothium, and sometimes they'll pop out, but I've got a absorption hopper somewhere around here. I forget where I put it, but, you know, I have it here somewhere. Where did I put it? Why am I forgetting where I put everything? Wow, okay. Oh, wait, no, it's the collector. Okay, yeah, I have a collector here that anything that drops in this area, it'll pick it up, so I don't lose buckets. And yeah, and then I have... Oh, wait, that's a separate thing. I'll show you that in a second. But yeah, and then it brings it to a crafting thing over here to auto-craft the flux ducts. Because I cannot tell you how much of a pain it is that these things can't use... like, get buckets of things in any other way. I have to do this. I mean, maybe the fluid crafters will work, but I had to come up with this genius design, and it took way too long to figure out. Because these crafters here, they don't work for that stuff. They don't use buckets and things, because that would be too easy. Now, you may be wondering why I have an auto crafter set to make sausages, and I will direct you to these 2 machines here. These compact machines. This one here, simple. I have statues from whatever the mod is, that whenever you right-click them, they give a little drop or something. I have those because I needed them for an achievement, so I put them in a machine. And this one is an automatic pig killer. Yes, these are mob grinders with looting, sharpness, fire aspect, and maybe beheading, but I don't think I put beheading on there. And they're always active because the redstone blocks. They kill the pigs. This collector collects things and slaps it into the ME system. And because it's got fire, and I have a very overpowered spawner up here that spawns things every 30 ticks and about 32 pigs at that, and it needs a redstone signal. That's why I have the receiver up there. But yeah, so that spawns them and kills them, and then sends the cooked pork chop to the ME system, and then from there, said cooked pork chop goes into these crafters automatically, and is turned into sausages. Yes, I did that. So now I have 54 million sausages. And you may be wondering about the wither skulls. Yes, I've got over here... This is my original mob farm here, you know, simple. This is like a bunch of factories and crap that I've made. This one here, I believe, yeah, this one's made to automate making bacon from Sky Orchard's bacon acorns and bacon resin. Sky Orchards is the mod that adds in a bunch of different resource trees and stuff. This is an array of electrolyzers. All these are basically just making oxygen, hydrogen, and deuterium, and putting them into here. This helps fuel all the fusion reactors that I have, and I'm probably going to have to make more of these soon. This just is pumping out a lot of cobblestone. I have almost 300 million in there, and I've got some more in a filing cabinet over there. This is a automatic pig farm, which is currently turned off. But yeah, it's pretty damn effective. The only issue is sometimes pigs get out like this, but really it's not a whole lot of an issue, because I can just go around and kill them all. So yeah, and yeah, that's about that for this. This thing just makes a lot of pork chop and a good bit of XP too. And yeah, they just kind of spawn up there, fall down here. I have, what's it called, improved spawners, so, actually, wait, hold on, I don't want to do that, because then I'll lose the cobblestone enough to get more. But yeah, so I've got an improved spawner up there that needs a redstone signal, same thing with this thing here, which is for wither skeletons, which, yeah, that's why I have 5 million wither skeleton skulls, and why I try to make a wither farm. But yeah, so this thing here, and the pig farm as well, they've got a requires redstone upgrade on the spawner, so if there's no redstone current, then there's no spawner thing happening, which is why I have the levers over there, because there's wireless redstone in this, because that's cool. This over here, I saw the achievement here that says, That's the wrong thing. That says, fill a cookie jar with cookie singularities. Each cookie singularity is 10,000 cookies, and a cookie jar can hold 8 stacks of cookies, or cookie singularities, so I have to make a lot of those. And so my genius idea was to automate the production of cocoa beans with some nature crops over there, and automate the wheat crop with some crops over there as well. Put them through here into these formulaic assemblicators, which are amazing mechanism. I don't much like the mod sometimes, but this really helps a lot. And yeah, so I put them in here to automatically make cookies, and that's why I have 5 million of those too. Why I'm saying the formulaic assemblicators here are the best is because these crafters, if I put in any more ingredients than just one, say for example, like before, I had this using cocoa beans and wheat to make cookies. Okay, simple. You'd think. What actually would happen is, because I have an extra 2.3 million cocoa beans, what it would do is fill up the entire thing with cocoa beans and stop the wheat from coming in, and it wouldn't craft things. These guys have the handy little option of stock control, so basically, it'll only take, I think, upwards of, it's supposed to be 4 stacks of cocoa beans, or wait, no, isn't it? I don't remember. The crafting. Oh yeah, it's only 2 stacks. So for every one slot it takes up in here, it'll have 2 stacks because there's 18 rows. So it'll take 2 stacks of cocoa beans and at most 4 stacks of wheat. And yeah, so that'll prevent it from overflowing. And that just goes back into the ME system. And this thing over here, I have to auto craft sugarcane because I have to make a octuple compressed sugarcane block, which is going to take a bit. This here I just made to automatically craft fertilizer because Jesus Christ, is it? Okay, game, stop. All right, wow, it's actually holding up sewage. Wow. But yeah, I've just got these to automatically craft fertilizer because I need it for mulch, which I need for the bonsai pots over there. This over here is just bacon trees on the bonsai pots, so I can automatically get the stuff, which goes into the farm over there. And this here is my pride and joy. More important and impressive than the massive ME system network that literally extends to every portion of the base except for this farm and this farm here. Also, the massive reactor, for some reason, explosions keep coming up over here, and I don't know why, but, they haven't broken anything important yet, so I don't really care. But yeah, as I was saying, this here is my pride and joy. I made this over the course of about 2 or 3 days and a lot of headaches, because as I mentioned, I don't like cyclic, and I had to use a lot of item cables because nothing else works. And basically, item cables, they have storage. So basically, imagine it like a row of hoppers that connect on all sides. If any other item cables touch any other item cables, this whole machine breaks. The whole machine breaks because say I have one thing running through this cable, and I accidentally have it touch this cable. They won't passively interact and just go away because, oh, it knows that this one item has to go down here and this one item has to go over here. Nope, it'll get them mixed up and literally send everything in the complete wrong direction and somehow mess up every single thing that it touches. So, now that I've got that little mini rant out of the way, which I could have definitely extended into like 5 hours, time for me to explain very quickly, because this took a long time to 1, think up, and 2, actually build. And yeah, let's just explain this thing. So, it starts over here with these crops. It's not going to work as well because it's during the night, and so only the corners will be working. But yeah, I've got basically just a lot of them. Most of them are diamond, fluix, redstone, quartz. There's a silicon one here. I have a gold one. And I think that's about it. Or yeah, and I also have fire and earth seeds, or dirt seeds. Now, the first thing that happens is they all come into these chests here. Each of them is a different color, and it's synced up with one of the ones on the farms. Then, it's put into a black hole unit. I haven't had to use these yet, but I have them just in case. Then, they go into these formulaic assemblicators. Simple. And they craft whatever resource that they are. Excuse me. But yeah, so they craft whatever resource they are, and then put them into these black hole units here. This one I think is gold, and I've got a little bit of a shortage of that, so I might have to make another farm for that, but you know what, that's a later thing. And then, for some of it, it just goes on its way. Let's go with these here. This is the earth and fire essence, which the fire essence I actually kind of accumulate some of, but and this makes sand. The sand then goes into here, which is then combined with the output for the quartz. The quartz goes into here, is crushed into crushed quartz, and then put into here with the sand to make quartz seeds, which are then put into here, and then put into this elite enrichment factory. By the way, every machine from Cyclic in here, or not from Cyclic, from Mechanism, has 8 speed upgrades in it. Yeah, that took a while too. But yeah, so they go into this elite enriching factory and then are turned into pure nether quartz crystals, which 600,000 of these, I've never been happier to see anything else in my entire life. Then that's put into here to make the calculation circuits. Then we go over to here. This one's more simple. It's literally just a direct output from the gold one to make the logic circuits. You know, that's a lot more, you know, it's a lot easier. And then this one here, I believe, or yeah, this one's a silicone, and because I figured, oh, I need 3 times as many, so, you know, I'll make 3 times as much. Yeah, I made this here to make, to have 3 elite inscribers, or advanced inscribers. All these, by the way, with 5 acceleration cards in them. That was, you know, not a pain, but still, like, a little inconvenient. But yeah, I now actually have 85,000 extra printed silicone, but you know what, that's fine. I still have, like, crap loads of silicone, so it doesn't matter. So yeah, that makes the printed silicone, and this one over here is, oh wait, no, this is the gold one, hold on. Yeah, the gold goes into here to make the logic circuits. This one is the, oh yeah, this is diamond, so yeah, I've got the diamond seeds going into here to make the engineering circuits. And the gold ones, I wish I could make it a bit faster, but for some reason I need to add more inscribers, and I don't want to mess up the machinery of this, so I might do it, but I might not. And then I've got the redstone chest, or the redstone one right here. You know, this one making a bit of redstone. Pumping it into here, along with the silicone, the printed silicone, and all of the processors, or all the circuits, to automatically craft logic processors, engineering processors, and calculation processors. The logic ones, they're used a lot, so I don't really have many of them, but you know, that automatically makes processors, which, you know, pretty impressive on its own, right? Wait till you see part 2 of this monstrosity. So, all of these in here are just different base resources, the same as before, from farms over there. This one automatically makes glass, or automatically makes sand. That's fluix, that's glowstone dust. This right here is nether quartz. This is more fluix, or yeah, this is the second part of it, so I'll just start with these for now. But yeah, so this starts with glowstone, and that brings it just over into the back of that there. This is fluix, brings it over there. And this one here for the sand, it has to smelt it into glass, and then taken with the quartz to make quartz glass, which goes into here. And then we start over here by taking those processors from before and make 1K ME storage components, which then go over here to make 4K ME storage components, and so on, 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 until we have an automatic crafting recipe for 16,384K ME storage components. And then, the fun part, because this was a nightmare, without exaggeration. Basically, this here makes fluix, crystals, which are then ground up into fluix dust. This over here makes diamonds, which are then put into here with fluix, or with the quartz glass, the fluix dust, and the storage components, and are then made into 16,384K ME storage cells. Yup. I had to wire this all up, and keep in mind, the mechanism machines, this here, I set the top of it to not have anything, otherwise it would be putting diamonds into here. Every single one of these, I had to keep the cables away from each other, the machines away from each other, for every single item that a machine required. So say, for example, this thing, it needs 4 different items: quartz glass, diamond, fluix dust, and the storage component. That means I have to have 4 different cables running into 4 different sides of this thing. Otherwise, the cables will intersect, get full of something, and not work. I had to make this puzzle and solve it with 4 inputs going into the thing, and still manage to input the power in a way that the entire thing somehow doesn't get entangled and still functions in the small area that I put it in. There were many hours of pain whilst making this, and even then this thing isn't perfect. Like, I'll still go into this thing, and it'll still fill up on fluix dust. I have no way to stop it, and I'll literally have to go in there and clear out a stack or 2 of something every so often, just so that it'll actually craft the storage components. But yeah, I have 17,000 diamonds in here. I literally automatically craft the biggest storage components in the frickin' game, and because of that, I have a giant area of storage over here. Like, you know, this seems small, but keep in mind, I have 5 drives full of these cells, and I think over here I've got, yeah, another 4. Keep in mind as well, if I go into here and I type cell, that's the wrong thing. If I want to, oh wait, crap, I have to go to the pattern one because I actually have some of those. If I go into here and I want to make one of these, just one, this is all the stuff that it has to do. That's a lot of stuff. Like, I would, when I was making these things here, I used the ME system to auto-craft 10 of them. It would literally take 3 days to make all of them. And that's like me being AFK on the world for 3 days. And it would take that long. Then I've got some simpler machines over here. This auto makes lava, and it did put it into these generators, but it used them too quick, and I like to have 2 million buckets of lava. I just realized I'm full on lava, so I might have to move that around. This here automatically makes magma blocks because a lot of cyclic things need magma blocks, and I got fed up of having to make them, so I just made this. I use a lot of signalium flux duct if I don't use the cryostabilized stuff. I really have a lot of stuff that I have to convert to cryostabilized flux ducts, but you know what, I can do that later. But yeah, I also have neglected a major thing here. I've got pigs, cows, sheeps, chickens here, some crops. These nature ones usually just go over to there, and these are regular crops. Most of them go into the ME system. And this here, there is an advancement in this that is get every type of truffle from the resource hogs. I'm about halfway there because I've got all these guys set up. This is, what is that, 25, I believe it is. 25 different resource hogs. I got bone, sand, cobble, clay, iron, coal, cobalt, manolin, ardite, bronze, ender pearl, seared brick, thorium, what's this? This osmium, gold, diamond, lapis, prismarine, soul sand, or no, netherrack, soul sand, aquamarine, glass, electrum, tritanium, and redstone. And basically, I need to do a bit more breeding here so that I can get more of these pigs, but like, yeah. They just crap out truffles that I can use to make whatever resource they're assigned to. This area is just an XP shower because I have literally like 1,000,000 buckets of the stuff, and I, you know, have to get my 1,000 levels somehow. Like if I check here, yeah, I have 1,000,000 buckets of XP because why not? And this is where I did trials for deep mob learning. You basically just put a key in here, and because I'm a cheap little stupid, I just come up here, swing my sword, and kill them. And yeah, keep in mind this stuff here, very easy to make. See all these corrupted glitch hearts? Use these to make glitch-infused ingots, use that to make the armor. You wear it, you can fly. Simple. That's why you get into this mod early. This is for the compact machines stuff. Compact machines is easily one of my favorite mods because another thing I did that's pretty damn cool is, you see this guy right here? This is a 13 by 13 by 13 room. I place this down. I go inside of it. Give it a second. I'm going to a new dimension, technically, so yeah, it'll be a minute. So yeah, just give me a second here, and you'll see the genius that I've created here. This is a tiny but compact fusion reactor that managed to mess itself up. How? Let's find out, because I guarantee it's something stupid that I can't control. Let me guess, is it running out of stuff to do things with, or is it literally just not accepting stuff anymore? Okay, it ran itself out of power and didn't do things, but yeah. Basically, when it does work, because this thing worked for the longest time, and I guess it just shut itself off for some reason, it is a small reactor, torus size of 3, because it's one more than how many connectors I've got. Yeah, it is a small reactor. It can still generate about 100,000 RF a tick, and all I have to do is place something on top of it, on top of the compact machine. So I literally just have to place something on top of this block here, and it'll charge it instantly, pretty much. So yeah, that's pretty neat. But for now, I'm just going to put that there so I can charge my battery. Yeah, it's basically just a portable fusion reactor, and I'm pretty happy with that. And now for my my most impressive feat I've made on this world. If I go into here, you can see, because I have the farm that automatically kills pigs, I have 1 million pig heads and 9.7 million compact raw pork chop. Because I have that farm, it makes a lot of pigs and a lot of pork, and I slap all that into these autocrafters to make compact raw pork chop. And with said compact raw pork chop, I have created a meat castle. Yes, my design skills are not that great, but I did manage to create a meat castle. Yes, I took the time to build this. And you notice this little bit of extra stuff here? That's chisels and bits that I used to make these little guys. I adorned it with pig heads. I made a reinforced door here for the place, to keep the riffraff out. I've got all these towers here with some nice pork slab stairs. And I, head up these guys here to the top of these towers, if I can actually get up them, which is not common. Come on. But yeah, and you can see I made these bridges here, which I'm way too proud of, because I've got these nice little cool details here, and I got these cool little details on bottom that I really like. But yeah, I've got those there, and if you go up to the top here, I put a lot of detail into the tops of these guys here. And another nice little detail that I put is some ME system interfaces here, or some storage buses, or no, storage monitors, and a lot of cables and a crafting monitor, so that I can see all my stuff, take a look at how many sausages, bacon, pig heads, and compact raw pork chop I've got, and just kind of admire the creation. But yeah, this beauty is amazing. I also made a literal bacon fountain in the middle here. If you look up here, it's liquid bacon, and I just have a nice little fountain shape here. And yeah, these little rooms here. I was going to do stuff with this, but like I haven't done anything with it yet. I just kind of marvel at the glory of it every so often. So yeah, this is where I've been spending way too much time automating and learning things. I literally taught myself nuclear craft, learned a bunch of crap about applied energistics because there's so much you can do with it, and I still don't even know everything. I learned how to use cyclic, which I hate that mod so much, and it's the only way I can get items or liquids from point A to point B in this mod pack, and I despise it for that. I learned how to do so much. I didn't even mention all the frickin' like day one systems that I put in here, like helium collectors and stuff that goes into tanks that slaps into a supercooler that makes a liquid helium, and the thing over here that does the same thing with the nitrogen, and just kind of puts it in tanks here. And by the way, if you ever use the applied energistics, storage buses are your best friend, because these things can prevent you from having 4.5 million millibuckets of helium, of liquid helium in your system, or 800,000 buckets of helium. But yeah, like for example, I don't have 300 million cobblestone in my ME system. I don't. 20 or so million of it is in here, and the other 300 million is in a black hole unit over there. So yeah, compact your storage wherever you can. You'll see a lot of black hole controllers, black hole units, and black hole tanks around my place. That's because if there's anything that's taking up a lot of space, or anything that's a lot of items, I just have it in there instead of having it in the ME system, although a lot of the automatic stuff I still have just pumping into ender chests and then going into the ME system. So yeah, I'm going to end the video here. It's been a half hour, and I was talking nonstop the whole time. Thank you for watching. Thank you if you understood a single thing I said, because I was rambling for so long there. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure to hit the like button down below. If you're new to the channel and you'd like this kind of content, make sure to subscribe for more. And if you want to see more videos on this world of me making things, or like maybe, I don't know, time-lapse or something of me making something, because if I'm making something, it's going to be huge. Or if you want me to do any like tutorials or anything on how to make stuff in this, then let me know, because I know a couple things that are helpful, and if you guys want me to share that stuff, then sure I will. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you in the next video. Goodbye.